Thank you everybody for joining my demonstration today. I've got about 10 minutes to show you a really cool return to the workplace solution that's built on top of the Power Platform. And before I get started, I want to make sure that everyone that's watching knows that you can download this application today. It's available in our app source. It's called the Return to the Workplace solution. And I'm going to demonstrate that for you right now. Now, the Return to the Workplace solution is built on the Power Platform. And as Microsoft, we wanted to answer the call to helping customers in meeting the challenges with getting their facilities and locations ready for their employees to return safely. And eventually for customers in cases of our financial services teams working in branches or customer-facing locations to make sure that those locations are ready for customers to come back safely as well. So first, let's talk about a role for leadership. Now, a leader in an organization is going to need to take a look at everything at a glance, see things from the top down to make data-driven decisions about locations and whether or not they're safe to open. These decisions incorporate a lot of information, not just about the business itself, but also about the local and regional changes as it relates to COVID trends. Here's a Power BI dashboard that a leader can use to quickly get a glance at all of their locations across the globe. At the bottom, I can see very quickly an aggregate of which facilities are opened or the different phases that these facilities are in. I can also drill into different data. So I can incorporate data from other systems. In case we're bringing in information from health organization, our Bing COVID fact checker, and a few other sources to limit the need for me to log in or open up other systems. As a leader, I also want to take a look at how my employees are responding to this situation. What is their sentiment? And from one dashboard, I'm able to aggregate all of this information from the different systems that I'm working in. And it's important as a leader to focus on health and safety when thinking about opening up a location and bringing the employees back. Along with that is the sentiment. How do employees feel about getting back to work? And these are part of the features we provide with this solution. Now, let's take a look at a facility manager and how a facility manager, somebody responsible for location readiness, would work with this solution. I'm going to cut over now to our Power Apps. And first, let me show you or talk about what you're looking at here. This is a Power App that is designed for facility managers to measure and check readiness against locations. Now, this is a complex decision that needs to get made, and there might be multiple parties involved. So for me, it's important to have information at a glance. In this particular branch location, I can see that we are in an initial return phase. I have quick access to look at our readiness checklists, and I can see here that we've completed most of the checklists for this to move into the next phase of scaling up. Without having to dig around, I can drill into what are remaining in a location and assign them as needed to get these out and processed as soon as possible. Another important feature is understanding occupancy. So as we're deciding to open up a facility, we also need to understand the occupancy as it relates to workers coming back and our social distancing that we've applied to facilities. So again, quickly, I can look at occupancy for a particular location, take a look at my current capacities, as well as any bookings or any of our employees that have checked into this location today or in the last few days. Now, one of the important things to remember in managing facilities is it's a moving target. We're going to be opening a facility. We might have to adapt to changing times, retreat, and then repeat. And this is all part of this solution built on the Power Platform. There's a lot of information to show. If you'd like to see more, feel free to visit us at our virtual booth, and we can give you a deeper demo or talk about a particular area that you see and you would like to learn more about. Now, another important aspect in returning to the workplace is providing solutions for employees to do self-attestation, bookings, and possibly track sentiment of how I feel about going back to work. So here we have our employee application, and it provides us with several features. It can identify who I am. It also notices that I'm working from home currently, and I have an opportunity to get a day pass. I can look up a facility status, and I'm also able to capture sentiment. How do I feel about returning to work? All of this information is captured in our backend system, so leadership and facility managers have their thumb on the pulse. For me, let's go ahead and walk through getting a day pass at a facility that I work in. We make this pretty easy by bringing together a couple bits of data, so I don't have to search for the facility. I can just pick the one that I'm defaulted to. And in doing so, I'm taking into a self-attestation health check. All of this is customizable, so you can enter in any information you need to capture for self-attestation. And by doing so, we now have determined that that I'm safe to come back to work. I'm given a pass, and this interacts with the back-end global security access management systems to authorize my building badge or provide a QR code. In future releases, we'll be providing scheduled bookings. Now, if we have situations where employees are reporting symptoms and may not be safe to come back to work, we also have a case management solution to help track persons under investigation. This is a lightweight case management solution. And what you see here is an example of a case that was opened based on an employee who had self-attested with symptoms. We provide a business process bar to help drive how you would resolve getting this employee back to the office in a safe way. We also provide information about the facilities that this employee had traveled to and from, and any contacts that they might be working with in the facility for some basic and lightweight contact tracing. Again, if you'd like to see any more of this in detail, stop by the booth and ask some questions or go for a deeper demo. Now, as we prepare facilities to be reopened, we also want to focus on our customer experiences and make it safe for them to return as well, and make it easy for employees to provide that experience for our customers. Let's take a look at an application we put together for our branch customers to help streamline this process. So here we've got a banker greeter app, and as a customer either schedules appointments or comes into the branch, we can provide a streamlined tool to check them in, have them self-attest, and get them to the services that they're looking for. This concludes my demo. Really appreciate your time. Don't forget to check us out on AppSource and stop by the booth. We can give you a deeper dive demo. Thank you.